You know, some mysteries are so deep, they don't just challenge what we know, they make us question our entire understanding of history. It's like finding puzzle pieces that just don't seem to fit anywhere. Okay, let's dive right in. And this is really the core question we're looking at today, isn't it? Are these just ancient anomalies, maybe simple mistakes in how we've recorded history? Or are we staring at a truth so profound that maybe, just maybe, we aren't ready to understand it yet? So we're going to start with our first theme, lost knowledge. We're talking about things that, by all accounts, shouldn't exist. Knowledge and technology that just pop up in history way ahead of their time and then vanish without a trace. It leaves you wondering, how was that even possible? And first up is the Voynich manuscript. It was discovered back in 1912, and it's called the world's most mysterious book for a pretty simple reason. For more than 100 years, not a single person on this planet has been able to read it. So what makes this 600-year-old book so impossible? Well, it's what's inside. The script doesn't match any known language, past or present. It's packed with these super detailed drawings of plants that botanists say don't exist. There are these bizarre star charts and astrological diagrams, and even some sketches that they look like some kind of unknown technology. Okay, so if the Voynich manuscript is a mystery of lost language, our next item is a mystery of lost technology. Back in 1901, some divers were exploring an ancient Roman shipwreck and they pulled up what they thought was just a hunk of rusty bronze. Turns out, it was a 2,000-year-old computer. So you see, we have these two sides of the same incredible puzzle. On one hand, the Voynich manuscript, a language nobody can read, and on the other, the Antikythera mechanism, a technology that shouldn't even exist. This 2,000-year-old device, had 37 interlocking gears that could predict eclipses and track the planets. It was an analog computer, made over 1,000 years before anything even remotely similar was invented again. So the real question isn't just how did they build it, but where did all that knowledge go for the next 1,000 years? All right, so from lost knowledge you can hold in your hands, we're now scaling up, way up, to mysteries so massive they're literally carved into the face of the earth, giant marks that seem to defy the capabilities of the people who made them. If you go to the Nazca Desert in Peru, you'll find over 300 huge figures etched into the ground. There's a monkey, a spider, a hummingbird, but here's the crazy part. They are so big that the people who made them 2,000 years ago could have never seen their own work from the ground. You can only see them from the sky. So who were they for? Well, the theories are all over the place. Some experts think the lines were a giant astronomical calendar lining up with the stars. Others think they were ceremonial paths, maybe used in rituals to pray for water. And then, of course, there's the really out there theory that they were landing strips or signals for someone or something watching from above. From Peru, let's jump over to Egypt. We all know the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's been standing there for 4,500 years, an absolute marvel of engineering. We thought we had it all figured out. Turns out, we were wrong. Its biggest secrets are still locked inside. Get this. Just recently, in 2017, scientists used this wild new technology involving cosmic rays to see through solid stone. And what did they find? A massive, hidden chamber deep inside the pyramid. They call it the Big Void, and it's as long as a commercial airplane. And nobody has any idea why it's there or what's inside. So if the pyramid's secret is what's hidden inside, our next giant mystery is about something that was hiding in plain sight. We're going to the most remote inhabited island on Earth, Easter Island. It's home to these massive stone statues, the Moai. Some of them weigh 80 tons, and they were somehow moved for miles across rugged land with just stone tools. How did they do that? Well, the local Rapa Nui people have a legend that's just wild. They say the statues weren't dragged at all. They say they walked to their spots. For centuries, people just dismissed that as folklore. But the real secret of these statues goes even deeper than how they moved. Because here's the kicker. For centuries, the entire world thought the Moai were just giant heads, right? That's what you see in all the photos. Well, it wasn't until archaeologists started digging that they found out the truth. Those heads are attached to massive, complete bodies buried deep underground. So this discovery didn't solve the mystery, it literally made it bigger. All right, for our final section, we're going into some really strange territory, where the line between science, myth, and belief just gets completely blurry. These are things that still defy any easy explanation, challenging everything we think we know. First up, the infamous Bermuda Triangle. The whole thing really blew up in 1945 with Flight 19. 5 U.S. Navy bombers just vanished on a routine mission. And then, in a crazy twist, one of the rescue planes sent to find them also vanished. And they're not alone. They joined the crew of the USS Cyclops, a Navy ship with over 300 people that disappeared without even a distress call. And next, we have an object that is just a lightning rod for debate, sitting at the intersection of history, science, and faith. The Shroud of Turin. It's this ancient linen cloth, and it has this faint, haunting image of a man who was crucified. Many people believe this is the actual burial cloth of Jesus Christ. And this is where it gets really complicated. Back in 1988, science seemed to have the answer. Carbon dating tests suggested the cloth was only about 700 years old, which would make it a medieval fake. But here's the mystery that remains. No one can explain how the image was made. It's not a painting, it's not a scorch. Some scientists have even said the only way to create an image like that is with an intense burst of radiation, what you might call a supernatural flash. Science can date the cloth, but it can't explain the image. So what does all this mean? I think it points to one simple, kind of mind-blowing conclusion. From books we can't read and machines that shouldn't exist, to giant figures and hidden rooms, it's pretty clear. Our history isn't nearly as simple as what they taught us in school. It's full of gaps and contradictions. And that, of course, leaves us with one last massive question. Think about it. The Voynich manuscript, the Nazca lines, the big void. These are just the mysteries we've stumbled upon by accident. So if this is what we've already found, what else is still out there? Buried in the sand? Lost at the bottom of the ocean? Or maybe even hiding in plain sight, just waiting for us to find it?